Welcome to this training tutorial of the Magellan authoring tool, otherwise known as the MAT. This tutorial covers the basics in getting started with the Magellan authoring tool. In this tutorial, we are going to present how to open and create a new project in the Magellan authoring tool, how to customize your Magellan authoring tool's user interface, and an overview of the Magellan authoring tool user interface elements and workspace. Let's begin by creating a new game in the Magellan program. When opening the program, a prompt appears and two options are available to the author. Create to start designing a new game and open to select an existing game. Let's select the first option, Create, in order to create a new game. This will trigger the Game Creation Wizard, a three-step setup of your new game. In the Create process 1 out of 3, next to the project name, type in your game's title. Let's call our game Treasure Hunter. Select which project folder you wish the game to be saved in and click Next to proceed. In the Create process 2 out of 3, we can choose the general settings for the game. Click on the drop-down list to reveal a number of options for changing the game style sheet. In the Treasure Hunter game, we will select the Collector style sheet. Click Next to proceed. In the Create process 3 out of 3, we can set the geographic settings of where we would like to base a game. Let us set the game in Athens. Next to place, type in Athens, Greece. And then click Search. This allows the tool to search for the author's desired location, which will appear in writing underneath the type box. Select Finish to end the Create process. Now that we have set up our new Treasure Hunter game, we can arrange the Magellan user interface into an optimal working layout. To select the suggested default layout, go to Views in the Magellan toolbar, scroll down to the Layout tab and select the default option. You can resize any of the current windows of your screen by dragging its edges to reach the desired window size. In the Magellan layout, we should now have access to the main toolbar, the selection editor, the scenario editor, the mobile and map view, the asset library and asset store. Let's move on to explaining the different user interface components of the Magellan authoring tool. The main toolbar. The main toolbar is found at the top of the program and is represented as a blue bar with white icons inside. The toolbar contains a main menu and shortcuts to current operations such as create a new project, open a new project, export the current simulation, undo and redo an action, cut, copy and paste the selection, search for an object within a project, play and stop the simulation. There are several other operations in the main toolbar that will appear if you right-click on the main toolbar and choose the options Edition and Submodels Editor. Then another set of shortcuts to operations such as select an item, create a path or zone, a zoom selection, create a symbol, and create a point and other operations will appear on your screen. The selection editor. The selection editor is where we can edit some of the general settings of the game that were defined during the create process, like the description of the game and its style sheet. In the selection editor, the Magellan entities can be also edited. Magellan comes with a set of standard entities that can be used in games such as teams, roles, and items. The selection editor is also used to configure selected items and changes according to the item selected in the scenario editor. For example, different options become available to edit if a puzzle activity or a message activity is selected. The scenario editor. The scenario editor is the area where the game logic is edited. Each Magellan scenario is represented by a graph made of several nodes called behavioral elements of the Magellan authoring tool. These elements are listed on the side menu that appears on the left side of the editor and can be the following types: authoring level, scenario behavioral script button, activities, conditional statements, actions, group of nodes, graph annotation, zoom the graph in, and zoom the graph out, which are going to be presented in the following video tutorials. Elements can be inserted by dragging and dropping from the menu into the graphed area to compose the game logic. By default, the starting point of the graph is represented by the green box and the exit point is represented by the red box, both pre-inserted into the graph. The asset library and asset store. The asset library lists all resources available to the author to create their game. These resources can be multimedia assets like sounds, images, videos, 3D models, activities, or complete experiences. Assets can be imported by the user through the Magellan authoring tool to be used in the current or future projects. To import an asset from the file system to the project asset library, just drag and drop the corresponding file into the asset library. For example, the applause sound asset. The map or mobile view. The map is used by the author to place selected items on specific areas where the game is intended to be played. The map draws geographic data from the web to display the map of the game's location. The author may zoom in to increase the item placement accuracy, or zoom out to have an overview of the playground using the mouse wheel. The mobile preview is located in the same window as the map. It's used to pre-visualize the game's content as it would appear on a mobile device when the game will be exported. This feature is particularly important to figure out scenario, design, or technical issues before the exporting. The mobile view overlays the map in debugging mode. This ends our tutorial on the introduction to the MAT, user interface and customization. In this tutorial, we introduced the 5 user interface components as a starting point in learning how to navigate your way around the Magellan authoring tool. Thank you for watching.